Hey, amazing viewers, welcome to my channel. So we saw Sowore, the media aide to the president, and the APC supporters moved all the way from Peter Obi being smuggled into Vatican just so he could attend the inauguration of the Pope, to Peter Obi going to Vatican just so he can have one-on-one talk with Tinubu on how to save Fidelity Bank from financial collapse. Now, isn't this an exception at the highest order? I keep saying this thing though, that the hatred towards Peter Obi from these individuals who are clearly obsessed will be their end. Within a space of 3 days, they have moved from one narrative to another. Just because Peter Obi met with Tinubu briefly at the Vatican and they had a handshake. And then, boom! Different narrative from different angle. I tell you, this is a very serious obsession. And the earlier they stop it, the better for them. All these things they are doing is just in a bid to see if they can have more Nigerians, hate Peter Obi, reduce the kind of love that he received in 2023 ahead of the 2027 election. But like I said, it has failed already and keep failing woefully. Thank God that Peter Obi is actually coming out to address this matter. Not be everything that they keep quiet. Sending a very strong message, very humiliating one, to the likes of Sowore, BAYO, then the APC supporters. I'm going to read out part of what he said. But before that, I'm going to briefly, read out the message as carried out by Sahara reporters initially, that Peter Obi went to Vatican just so he could plead with Tinubu, to save Fidelity Bank from financial collapse. Now, initial report by Sahara, part of the body says, contrary to claims suggesting otherwise, former Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi's recent visit to Rome was not a ceremonial religious trip, but a high-stakes political move aimed at saving Fidelity Bank PLC from financial collapse. Sources familiar with the matter told Sahara reporters that Obi, a former chairman of the Fidelity Bank in the early 2000s, who still holds a significant stake in the institution, traveled to the Vatican to meet President Bola Tinubu over the bank's looming 225 billion judgment debt. The debt arose from a long-running legal battle with Ibadan-based Sagicom Concept Limited. A recent Supreme Court decision upheld earlier rulings that held Fidelity Bank jointly and severally liable alongside construction firm G Kappa PLC for massive special damages tied to rental income losses on a luxury Ikoyi property. With daily compounded interest at 19.5% per annum, the debt has ballooned to $139.3 million, equivalent to 224.5 billion naira as of May 20, 2025. According to insiders, Obi had earlier attempted to build consensus on the issue by meeting key Nigerian political figures, including Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, the Oni of Ife, Oba Adedeye Enitan Ogunwusi, and former Ekiti State Governor Ayodele Fayose and Kayode Fayemi. Fayemi eventually agreed to accompany Obi to Rome in a last-ditch effort to arrange an interface with President Tinubu. Peter Obi's visit to Rome was to meet President Tinubu to help intervene and prevent the bankruptcy of Fidelity Bank over the issue, one of the sources said. Prior to visiting Rome to meet President Tinubu, Peter Obi had met Lagos Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, the Oni of Ife, former Ekiti Governor Ayodele Fayose, and eventually former Ekiti Governor Kayode Fayemi, who accompanied him to Rome to solve the problem. However, the presidency reportedly resisted holding such a meeting behind closed doors, insisting that any interaction with the president must take place in public view. That was the reason why Obi met President Tinubu at the Vatican, the source added. Now, I'm going to end it here, but you can visit Sahara Reporters for more. I believe I've been able to cover, what this whole thing is all about. So, it is how these individuals, Sowore and co, moved from Peter Obi was not invited to Vatican. He just had to go there because he needed to score some political points, and then he was, embarrassed by being smuggled with the help of Cardinal Arinze just so he could attend the inauguration. And he was so pleased to have a handshake with Tinubu at the Vatican. To this one that he now went there so he could meet Tinubu and have one-on-one meeting with him. For goodness sakes, how do these people reason? Peter Obi will not even waste time after the inauguration. He don't return to Nigeria. So at what point did they even meet? Okay, no, sorry. They say he couldn't meet because the president said the meeting should be in open, or whatever interaction should be in open public view. God, oh my word! All these things to dent the image of one man, because the love has increased all the way from 2023 up until now. Well, Peter Obi did not lie low this time around. He decided to address the issue, taking to his ex-handle to, release a statement. So I'm going to also read part of that statement and then show you a video where a concerned Nigeria has come out to drag Sowore, about his obsession and constant attack on Peter Obi. Now, here is Obi replies. He says, it's obvious that the biggest business for blackmailers now is talking about Peter Obi from every negative perspective. Even my solemn spiritual trip to Rome has been twisted into yet another blackmail campaign by merchants paid ostensibly to propagate anything negative against Obi. One such individual whose entire life revolves around blackmail falsely claimed that I went to Rome to have a private meeting with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu regarding a purported 225 billion naira debt crisis involving Fidelity Bank. These claims are not only baseless, malicious, but entirely false. Let me categorically state that I have never sought an audience with nor met President Tinubu since he assumed office, except about 1 minute meeting at the arena of St. Peter's Basilica, Rome, during the inauguration mass of Pope Leo XIV, where I was seated behind and had to respectfully greet him and other dignitaries present. I was previously in Rome on the 9th of May for lying in state of Pope Francis. Immediately after the mass and exchanging pleasantries, I went straight from Vatican City to London and then back to Nigeria. The self-proclaimed blackmailer-in-chief and others who thrive on spreading pain and falsehood have also claimed that I own Fidelity Bank. For the record, I do not. Throughout my career, I have served as chairman/director of 3 banks / financial institutions, of which Fidelity is one of them. Fidelity has over 500,000 shareholders, none of whom hold a majority stake. What this blackmailer seeks is to harm these hard-working Nigerians and cause them needless distress. To those peddling this falsehood and engaging in blackmail, I offer a simple prayer. May God grant you the virtues of gratitude and understanding to know that we came here with nothing and we go with nothing, that they cannot profit from their evil ways. A new Nigeria is possible. Now, I love this. So, I'm going to show you the video of a man that is calling out Sowore, and then also show you a video of an obedient, expressing joy that Peter Obi addressed this matter.
This man they call Sowore, what exactly is your problem? What exactly is your problem? Nobody is saying you should not be the president of the Federal Republic of this country, of Nigeria. But trust me, you're not going to go anywhere. There is no state in this country you will win. You're not going to win anywhere. You're not going to win anything. But that does not prevent you from contesting, because some people can be perennial contestant and perennial losers, and they pride themselves for being just getting that title, a one-time presidential candidate, and somehow it gets into your head. I see you are a very arrogant person. You're a very arrogant person. It's okay to be arrogant. There's no crime to be arrogant. But what I don't understand is why the fixation and this persistent accusation of Peter Obi. Why does it do? I mean, what do you benefit by constantly trying to water down Peter Obi when the same Peter Obi has never, in fact, Peter Obi hardly mentioned names. He hardly mentioned names. Rather, he could make indirect remarks, but he hardly mentions names. So what Peter Obi is not in charge of Nigeria. Peter Obi is not in charge of the policy-making decision of this country. Why are you attacking him? He is not the president. Anything that is wrong about this country is not the president. In fact, in the next election, Peter Obi might not even be your biggest adversary. So why Peter Obi? Or you think if you take Peter Obi out today, even if Peter Obi does not run in the next election, you will not still win. Sowore, you will not still win. Yes, you may have this facade, this aura created around you that you are a rugged, you are an agbero, you are looter. You're not cut out. You're not ripe for it. So I strongly suggest you stop this childishness. I rather call it childishness. For me, it's just mere childish tantrum. What you have been doing will not shake this man. The man has been quiet. He's doing his own thing. You do your own thing. You want to be president? Fine. Do your thing. But if you think bringing Peter Obi down will narrow your way into becoming the president, that perhaps is the most foolish thoughts ever I believe you can accommodate in yourself. Now, I know I'm sure this video will get to you, but you must understand that, look, Nigeria is at a precipice and cannot condone these childish tantrums that I see associated with you. Come on, I know you are educated. I know you are bigger than this. I know you can live up to a more appreciable demeanor than this constant fixation on one man that doesn't even bother about you. Come on. My name is Magnus Soraka. Please follow this page and share this post now.
Thank you very much. Thank you for calling that Sowore blackmailer in chief. I mean, too much of everything is bad. Sowore, you are a blackmailer in chief. I'm reoccurring what my principal Peter Obi has said. You are a blackmailer in chief. A blackmailer, somebody who sit down and cook stories against people. You are jealous of Peter Obi. You are jealous of Peter Obi, and you will never be Peter Obi.
Honest, yeah, even some teenagers wouldn't behave the way Sowore is behaving. Like, the childish display is just super annoying, and it's so uncool of him. Truth be told, even if Peter Obi doesn't contest come 2027, let's say he wish not to contest, Sowore will still not go anywhere. All this thing he's doing, directing hatred towards Peter Obi, is just him destroying himself slowly. And more Nigerians are beginning to realize that what dwells in this man's heart is bitterness, is pomposity, is arrogance, is, you just name it, pride. You should be doing your own the way you are doing it, the way you know how to do it best, according to you, as the opposition. Why Peter Obi does is, I don't understand. It's not as if Peter Obi is blocking anybody's way to say, okay, go and do this. Like, you can imagine within a space of 4 days or 3 days, we have seen different, news, rumors, false rumors spread about the Vatican visit. You go hear the media aid, you go hear Sowore, you go hear the APC supporters. Now, how does this even make any sense? It never still reduced anything. It hasn't reduced anything, any love, one bit for Peter Obi. So, isn't it high time for these people to just stop all this? Just stop it. Since it's not working, stop it. Okay, what are they looking for? Sowore said, according to him, that Peter Obi is supposed to be able to bring in 60,000 supporters of his, and then they hit the street or whatsoever. You know, I feel like what Sowore is up to is how Peter Obi, you know, can, you know, get triggered, carry Nigerians to go and protest, and then they will come and arrest Peter Obi and find a way to keep him locked somewhere until after 2027 election. Because it is clear to me that Sowore know they hide them again, say, I am for the APC. I am not even for the opposition. It is clear. And all this bitterness also is because Sowore knows that he cannot be the person of Peter Obi. I bet me could talk now. They never accused Peter Obi of corruption. But not be here with they accuse Peter Sowore, his own political party, of misappropriation of fund. Peter Obi took his time, even after the election, to itemize how every fund was received, how it was spent. He even said, oh, we are inviting analysts or financial auditors, foreign financial auditors, to audit this thing. He was as transparent as. So already, the one where they accuse him of, he don't come clear him. Kai, you see this obsession? I will keep saying it. It will be the end of this show if he doesn't watch it. Because right now, he's displaying attitude of witchcraft. Thank you so much for watching. Please do leave your opinion in the comment section. Kindly subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. And please remember to click on the bell icon the moment you subscribe. That's where you get to know as soon as I publish video. Thank you so much, guys, for all the love. Thank you so much for all the support. God bless you immensely. I'm super grateful. See you guys in my other videos.